about the second harp. I hope it's better now. It's just only hot on stage anymore. Perfect. Okay, so you know some people in WhatsApp groups or in chats or emails are pretty annoying. They keep on texting you and asking stupid questions and stuff. But I have Alex here right now. Alex is constantly on WhatsApp and stuff like this, but every time he asks questions, it makes you think, oh my God, this guy is right. So I totally love him. He is with Loewen Windows in Canada. He speaks fluent, I don't know, 16 languages, which is important because he has 12 kids. Yes. From 12 girls from different countries, that's why they no. So having 12 kids, I only can imagine you have to be lean with toys and all the supplies and stuff like this. Okay, here's an incredible story of Alex.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Is it on? Hold on, before Alex starts, I have to say something.
Oh no.
Everything Alex says is beyond what he says. I've been to his home, I've had dinner at his house, I've been his family, his children. The most amazing family I've ever met in my entire life on planet Earth. I'm not exaggerating. Listen to what he can say.
Not as much as he talked about. But anyways, before I start my presentation, we have the duty of giving gratitude to people, yes? I'd like to have Colin come up on stage, please, for a second. And Colin doesn't know this. I never talked to him. I didn't warn him. So Colin works for me and with me for many years already, and we get along with such a great team. And he has been showing so much passion, Colin. I just want to really thank you for the influence he had on your team, on yourself, on me, on the surrounding people around you, driving a passionate, lean culture at Loewen as well. He's along my side, and that's why I brought him here, to be even more inspired. And we together are pretty much driving a lot of lean changes at Loewen Windows. And he has shown some great examples, and he doesn't have patience for driving lean. Sometimes the idea, he already runs with it. So Colin, great work, thank you. Anyways, that's Colin's team. He's the first one who actually started to change his team and have them lead the morning meeting. Awesome, Colin, thanks. Think outside the box. Yes? So lean is always, there's no limit with lean, yes? So you have to think outside the box, no matter where you are. And when people initially started with lean, it was a manufacturing office and so on. But lean works anywhere, everywhere, and all day long. And lean works at home as well. So only the sky is the limit. And that's why I'm going to show a presentation today about lean at home. I asked my team probably 2 months ago, you know what, should I talk about work? We have a new initiative going on at work that only one person in this room knows, or 3 people from Seating Matters, and that works great. Or should I talk about lean at home? And they said, you know what, talk about lean at home. And not that we're perfect, we have a ton of opportunity at home, at work, everywhere, but I'm going to share some at least. And why do I need lean? Why lean for me? Because I have 12 kids, and if I do lean and remove the waste in my processes at home, I then have more time to spend with my kids and develop that relationship, inspire them, and do things. And that's why lean is very important. And whether you have 1 child or 0 kids, then you have time to work on them yet. But but no matter how many you have, lean works all the time, because the more waste you remove at home, then it shows that you're actually getting it. I always say, when you do lean at home, that means you actually got the lean transformation in your head, and you understand lean. When you do it at work, you can actually hide beyond people who work with you, who drive you. But when you do lean at home, then that means you're really passionate about that. That's why it's important for me. I'm going to tell you a little story, okay? Influence lean by example. That's a very important story that was a trigger point in my life about 12 years ago. when my kids turned, my oldest son was like 5 or 6 years old. And that's the entrance in my house, both pictures. And when we got married and I came home and I just put my shoes wherever, you know, wherever I walked in, and then my jacket on the coat hanger for the guests, and never even thought about anything else. And my wife sometimes used to say, you know, in a nice way, she's very nice, and why don't you put it away into the closet and hang it on the coat hanger? I'm like, I gotta leave in an hour anyways. By the time I'm leaving and the shoes are already in the closet, so she used to put it away for me. And sometimes they were there. That was all fine, but when my oldest son, I believe, turned 5 or 6 years old, and by then we already had 4, I believe, or 5 children, and my wife told him, you gotta put your shoes in the closet. And what do you think my son said? Mom, why do I need to put the shoes in the closet? Dad doesn't have to put them away. Why do I need to hang my jacket in the closet? He doesn't have to do it. And when she told me that nicely, somebody shot in my head and said, Alex, wake up. It's time you wake up and realize what's going to happen in 10, 12, 20 years. Because the more children you're going to have, the bigger mess you're going to have. So I changed myself first. I started to, from that point on, I always put my shoes and my jacket away. And that's why I'm saying influence, lead by example. No matter what you say, words don't mean much, but you have to show and do it by example, because behavior counts. And whether you're at the workplace, at home, somewhere else, you have to show behavior counts. And today, you can walk in any time of the day, any day, you will never find shoes in my entrance, and there's 14 of us living there. The little one doesn't walk yet, she's only 8 months old. And unless there's guests, they usually have guest coat hangers and so on, they leave their shoes there. But we don't have to tell them anymore. When they're like 2, 3, 4 years old, they will come home, they'll put them in the closet. That's why it's very important. Influence, lead by example. Next one will be a video about put the answer where the question is, okay? Gives me a break before speaking.
How often have you heard the term put the answer to the questions and you know what, we apply it at home and it works great. It's very powerful. Lean works at home, everywhere, anytime, every time. And you know what, we used to barbecue a lot and we still barbecue a lot. And the hands get dirty sometimes because you're dealing with food, yes. And there was no place to wash your hands. And so my kids, when they're eating outside on the deck, playing around, their hands get dirty as well, no place to wash. They used to walk into the home, make the home dirty because they're touching the handles of the doors, etc. And the walls while walking inside. Now we solved the problem because we put the answer to the questions. I installed a sink right on my deck between the stairway and the barbecue. Now anytime I'm barbecuing, my hands get dirty, I can wash them instantly, one piece roll. And my kids, anytime they're having breakfast, lunch, or supper, they can always wash their hands right on the deck before they're going anywhere. Or when they're playing outside, they come up the deck, they wash their hands. It's such a powerful term. Put the answer to the question and it works awesome.
The question is everywhere. You have so much opportunity at home, at work, when you put the answer to the questions. And everybody loves that sink. No matter who comes to us, even my family, it's such a great value. It reduces all the mess, touching the handles and the walls and so on. It's just incredible. Another CI. So I talked about influence. I talked about put the answer to the question is. Just want to summarize, make sure you don't forget any of that. And the third point is just do CI. So I have a problem in my closet when I get my belts and they're stacked like that, rolled up, and plus rolling them up is already a waste, or no?
Yeah.
Okay, agree with me, that's good. We're on the same path then. Anyway, so that was something that bugged me. Eventually, I started to do something about it. And I installed hooks on my door inside the closet. And while I was doing it, my teenager, I have 3 teenage girls, and one of them walks up and says, Dad, what are you doing there? I'm like, well, I'm putting hooks for my belt. And like that, they're smiling and running away. Next time another one comes, we're checking out what I'm doing. I am installing hooks because I'm sick and tired of the waste. So I don't talk about the CI, just do it. If something bugs me, just go fix it. Don't even try to explain to others. Just go do it. What do you think happened next day?
Throw off.
They started doing the same. They're
Almost. I love you, Philip. Almost. Good point. They called me. Dad. Yeah, what's up? Can you buy us some hooks? And those same girls, what do you need hooks? For what? Well, we want to hang our belts in our closet. And, well, how many hooks do you need? 16. And then I bought 16 hooks, and they're cheap. And I gave it to them. I just said, "You sure?" They're put on straight. So ask your older brother to help you with the level. And they put them up straight, and they love them. The hooks are there because that's why it's very important. Just do the CI. So influence, lead by example. Put the answer to the question is, and just do the CI. I'm going to skip the next video because of time. I put some bonus slides in here. So this one is just a summarized quick video.
Wherever possible to save time and so on. The trimmer we don't use anymore because it's a waste of time. We're making easy cuts, dropped all the borders and paving stones and pathways, so the lawnmower can just go over it and don't need to waste time using the trimmer. Very easy and simple, saves lots of time. We used to have lots of hockey sticks sitting on the floor in the garage, but my sons put the bracket about 3 years ago and they hang them up and they're easy accessible, one piece floor. This is all our label. It's been like that for 2.5 years, and the kids always know who the tools belong to. They're easy located, they always go in the same spot, very easy to find them. We used to walk the dishes and food from the deck to the kitchen between the dining door, and we would install the table under the window between the kitchen and the deck, put the dishes temporarily on the table, and move it from this table onto the table on the deck. Save all the waste walking back and forth. Another way is the only one is the old 50-box scales used to be used in the plastic, they often get lost, misplaced, and then put them all in the fire, and on top of it, and they're always in the same location. Always the way I with fishing rods, they used to go all over the place. Now my sons build hooks and for them, they're always in the same location. Every time they go fishing, they instantly get away into each its own spot.
So the videos are pretty quick because I only had 10 minutes. So when you do lean at home, you have time for kids skiing, camping, canoeing, and hiking, and doing all kind of sightseeing and hiking in different places, fishing and fire at home and ice fishing and collecting even mushrooms in the bush. So we do all that together as a family. That's it.
So the first question is, who wants to send their kids up to his house? Amazing. Okay, I bet there are 5 million questions. Okay, you got 5 minutes. Okay.
How many languages?
I speak 3 languages.
Come on, you do 3. Deutsch is really good. He speaks a really good German.
Yes.
when did you do your morning meeting at home?
They call it breakfast.
Afternoon and tomorrow, when everybody's going to school, before?
Usually when everybody gets home, we're actually sitting together.
Okay.
But it's going to be getting more difficult because my kids are growing up and the first one is already at work and leaving at 5:30 a.m. And even before I leave, I leave around 7:15 usually. And yeah, usually after work, like 95% of the time, we're all together. Okay.
Okay, so when I went to Alex's home, he invited me there for lunch. It is the equivalent of Yellotools for a home. The children are respectful, they work together as a team, they're happy. I've never seen anything like it in my life. It is unbelievable. You did a great job, Al. And his wife, she's a saint.
Who is
So did lean result in 12 kids? Is that how the extra time
I call it one-piece flow, yes.
No, my real question was, so my office and my home are totally different, and I'm trying to implement a lot of the lean at home. But when you've been a waste forever, you've just obviously in the office, you can fix monetary things and make things more productive. At home, where do you recommend we start?
Fix what's simple to fix instantly. And there are some things that take a little bit extra time and work and effort, but I actually do write down some of the stuff on the to-do list as well in the pantry. Just so I don't forget with my kids. What happens, surprisingly, somehow my kids got excited about the to-do list because they wanted to get the things off the to-do list, and stuff got done quicker than if I would just tell them to do. Because they noticed stuff on the list things as well. But yeah, I would probably do the quick hits, something that can do quickly. And I have lots of opportunities still. I mean, it's not perfect. There's so much opportunity, and the time is only limited, but we try our best. The kids get engaged as well. They actually, most of the CI they built, I mean, the hooks for the hockey sticks, fishing rods, and some other stuff. I mean, there's other stuff I didn't put on there. When we go camping and so on, there's lots of labeling that's happening there as well.
I have a question. Do you have any sets of twins or triplets?
No. Single, one big school. Yes.
Have you read the book Magic Cleaning, and do you follow the same principles that are laid out in that book, or?
I haven't read it,
Okay.
and I'm not sure what the contents are.
It's like a bestseller from a lady from Japan called Kudrow, who applies the principles to home.
Well, that would be an interesting one to read.
But you probably don't need it.
If you have any book recommendations, please tell Zina. She will put it in the group right away, so you don't have to write it down and stuff.
I haven't listened.
She just got another action. Yes.
Do your kids have problems at school because they want to implement lean there?
No, I wouldn't say that, because actually a lot of schools have lean as well. I mean, I'm surprised when I go to some of the schools, elementary school, a lot of color and visuals there, and I wish they would have a little bit more and actually purposely engrave the lean methodology or principles into the kids, and yeah. But they do actually love cleaning. I mean, I've heard from my kid, the teachers, usually most of the kids did actually always volunteer for cleaning instantly after the lessons and so on. That's one thing they probably took home from home, took away from home.
We do send you our 13-year-old. We do that. Sure. Okay, thank you so much, Alex. That was inspirational.